Hey KGA, KACS members, we're here today with Jennifer Hatcher, who is Senior Vice President for Government Relations with the Food Marketing Institute, or FMI, in Crystal City, Virginia, in the Washington area. For those of you, I'd like to introduce you to Jennifer. She's been with FMI for about 12 years, and those of us that have been battling the credit card interchange fee, we owe a great debt of gratitude to Jennifer for her work over the last few years. So Jennifer, I just wondered if you might tell us a little bit about how a few years ago when you started down this road, down the interchange battle, and how we got where we are today.
No, thanks, Ted. It's great to talk to you because you were there on the ground floor when we really started all this out. And it's been a long process, but we've got a whole lot of great members and great state associations have been really working with real-life examples, and that's what's really made the difference when you can go to legislators and give them real-life examples of what's happening and the impact on the daily business of a store. The reforms that were made and are now in law, there are two of them that are already effective. The first one would allow you to provide discounts or other incentives for folks depending on the payment type that you want to encourage them to use. And then the second one allows you to set a $10 minimum, $10 or a lower amount minimum for credit card transactions. So you don't have to accept a credit card for anything under $10. The other reforms that the Federal Reserve is going to take to reduce debit fees to make them more in line with the cost of the transaction, those take place. The Fed will issue the rules in April, and then they will be effective in July of next year. So there's a time period where we're going to be collecting a lot of information and talking with the Federal Reserve and trying to really make the case on these, where what's a reasonable and proportional fee for those transactions. Clearly what we have right now isn't. There's one other reform that I also think is going to be really important, which is the requirement that on the back of those cards that they allow multiple bugs or multiple networks on the back of the cards. What we're seeing is a trend where the card companies are issuing cards with their only one network. So Visa will issue a card just with the Interlink network, which is a Visa-owned network, and clearly they're going to drive up the cost of that product and force you to go down that network. We used to have a system where we had about 24 different regional networks, and you could choose the one that was the lowest cost to send your transactions through. So I think this reform is going to have a huge impact on getting back to a more competitive system.
Well, I can't tell you all that the battle Jennifer and the FMI crew and the other folks involved have gone through the last few years has just been incredible. We're always in the grocery industry. We're trying to get the right product at the right price at the right place for our consumers. But I do have to tell you that FMI had the right product at the right time here to get this done on behalf of retailers. This has been an incredible crusade, and we've got some more things to do in the future, Jennifer. I guess start laying the groundwork for what's round 2, I think.
Absolutely. There are going to be a number of other rounds after this one, but it sure is great to have a victory under our belts. And thanks for the opportunity to talk with folks about it today.
Well, I just want to thank you for your leadership in getting this done. She stuck with it. I tell you what, it's been 12 years, and we all owe a big debt of gratitude to Jennifer and FMI.
Thanks, Ted.